All right, so today we are joined by Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, who has just released her second historical novel. Here it is, A Most Intriguing Lady. First of all, Duchess, what can viewers expect from this book?
Well, it's very exciting and lovely to talk to you today, Kathleen. It is about super sleuthing. I mean, it's female detectives. It's my second book. So the first one was me launching myself as an author, and I was quite sort of nervous, because you never know that you can do something well. And actually, I did it. I really enjoyed it, and I escaped from the pandemic, and I escaped from any problems I might have into the book. And when I was writing it, it made me sort of forget, like it's rather like talking to you now. I'm right with you now, Kathleen, and I think that the second book, Lady, Most Intriguing Lady, is a very much more me and my confidence as an author, and it's a really good read. During the day, she's a lady, and at night, she's a super sleuth that solves society crimes in many of the country houses in England and Scotland and Ireland.
I think most people may be surprised to learn you've actually written dozens of books. What made you start writing?
Uh, I started, I think I was always, when I was a little girl, I made up stories. And my father always said that I shouldn't make up stories, but I made up stories for everything. And I then wrote my first children's book, Budgie the Helicopter, in 1989, because I was flying helicopters. So I just wrote about my adventures in a helicopter, because it's very difficult to fly a helicopter. And then from then on, I went on to Little Red, and yes, I've written 82 books. And then I got married in 86. That's right. And I wrote 2 history books on Queen Victoria and Albert, and then wanted to make a film. And I made a film, The Young Victoria. That was an incredible success. In fact, Sandra Powell won an Oscar for Best Costume with that film, with Emily Blunt and Rupert Friend in it. So I'm pretty excited that my 2 books that I've just written are going to be made into a TV series. So it's pretty exciting to be at 63 launching myself in a new career as an author.
And you said you're kind of starting a new career here. So what would you give advice to like women who are maybe thinking of trying something new or maybe switching careers? Is there any advice you would give them?
Well, I always say the best way to give advice is to be leadership in your own self. And I personally believe that I don't let the day go by when I haven't made someone feel better, or being polite to someone, or smiled at someone, and you just seize that moment of trying to make yourself a better person. I do think that I have this desire to make people's dreams come true, and if anyone's watching who's giving up hope, I am a peddler of hope, and I love to bring joy. And I have always wanted to write novels, so I dared to ask for help. So I think my advice would be to ask for help. And have I went into HarperCollins, William Morrow, and I said, I'd love to write a novel. I don't know how, and could you please give me some advice, and give me perhaps one of your finest historical novelists to help me do this. So you can say, well, it's all right for her, but actually I'm saying, no, anyone can do it if they just realize that they can ask for help.
Perfect. And I do want to ask you about the late Queen Elizabeth II. You had a very close relationship with Her Majesty. What is maybe something that most people would be surprised to learn about her?
Well, the most extraordinary, longest reigning monarch of all time, 72 years. And everyone saw her steadfast, consistent, and always showing up. And I believe that I'm the same. I show up, I'm always steadfast to what I believe is right. And I have learnt more with the luck and the gratitude of having 5 seconds with that lady. Her Majesty was an iconic legend, And just, I always used to look at it when I was with her and say, goodness, some people, their whole life would have been made just by that 1 minute with the Queen to say hello. And here I am, having lots of conversations. She was beyond anything more my mother than my own mother. And I miss her dreadfully. But for people out there who want to know something different, she had the most extraordinary sense of humour ever. And she put everyone at their ease straight away. And she loved to laugh.
That's awesome. And I know that you and Prince Andrew are now raising her remaining beloved corgis. How is that going?
Well, we have 5 Norfolk Terriers that their noses were fairly out of joint when they saw these rather fabulous dog beds arriving with the 2 corgis from the castle. But they've all got on well. There's 7 dogs we have now. It's very much like the carpet moving when we get up. But they are very special people. No wonder the Queen loved the corgis, because they just have a very gentle way with them. And it's a real delight to have these 2 national treasures. And they are very special indeed. They are really funny. And they just think everything is quite funny. I mean, they're very gentle.
That is perfect. Well, thank you so much, Sarah Ferguson, Duchess of York, for joining us today. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us. And I wish you the best of luck on A Most Intriguing Lady and any of your future novels.
Oh, well, thank you so much for this amazing opportunity to be able to talk about A Most Intriguing Lady. It is so exciting. It's very, very Cary Grant. Very, very To Catch a Thief.
I can't wait to finish it.
Lovely to talk to you. Thank you, Kathleen.
Thank you. You have a wonderful day.
And you too.